Green light, go, go, go.
Hello and welcome everyone. This is Ruse TV. This is the ATR GT3 Series 1 for 2026. My name is Nick and I'm here to take you through round number 7. 7 of 8 championship rounds of this season. So we are well and truly at the business end of proceedings. So we will be getting things underway very, very shortly. Let's have a look at previous winners last round. I only just realised a couple of minutes ago it was a split. It was a double header, 2 30-minute races. One of the races was won by Glory Babby. The first one was by Aidan Squires. So I do apologise for not having any information there on Aidan Squires, but he took out race victory number 1, and then race victory number 2 belonged to Glory Babby, who started from 6th to finish in P1. The first race, Breno Ellis took out pole position. Jack Steele was on pole position for the second race. He finished in Sorry, that was one of the races he was there, but started 16th, ended up 15th in the race. Then Damo Icarus started 11th, finished 7th for the Pro-Am series as well. So congratulations to those guys from last week. Paul Ricard. In terms of the standings, it is extremely tight at the moment. So Glory Babby, 340.5 points, so 2.5 points ahead of Breno Ellis, who sits there in second position. A little bit further behind him is John Zhu on 324.5 points. He's 21.5 points ahead of Hederman, who's sitting in fourth. Fifth is Skinny Luke on 296 points. Not far behind him is Damo Icarus on 294. Then Hamilton 292. Matt Bursa 267 in 8th. 9th is Chris Wren, and rounding out the top 10 is Tarab Bank. In terms of the Pro-Am standings, it's Damo Icarus 294 points on top there, 43 clear of Tarab Bank. Third is Douglas on 176, then Shane Robbins on 168 in fourth. Brad Braithfield 133.5 in fifth. Andy Bear, 153.5 points, sorry. Andy Bear there in sixth position. Matazar, Harnett, Bevis, and Morosky sitting there in P number 10. I believe he's you pronounce it Jamie Morosky. He reached out to me, and I thank him for that, to make sure I was pronouncing his name correctly. So if there's anyone else out there that you know that I'm butchering their name or not pronouncing correctly, please by all means let me know. Yeah, I don't like to do that. I definitely don't do it on purpose. So in terms of AM, it's Jack Steele streets ahead of Hudson there, 191 to 80. Chris Hoffman, Cutler, and Herkinger, who we haven't seen for a little while. Whiteman and Anderson rounding out the top 7 there. So that is the championship standings for everything. Let's take a look at the circuit, shall we? So it's 14 turns, it's 4.38 kilometres in the country of Hungary, Budapest, the Hungaroring. It is a very tight and technical circuit as well. So expect to see overtaking being quite difficult this evening, getting around here, especially up through turn 4. They call it the blind man or the curb of death. Turn 3, you usually see a fair bit of action in there as well. The first opening corners and then the final corner onto the straight as well. So that's we're all set for this evening. We're going to kick it off with qualifying. It's going to be a split qualifying, so we're going to have all the AM guys, half of the Pro-Am guys in there as well. And it's Jamin Morosky, not Jamie Morosky, Jamin Morosky, who is out there in the 50 Ferrari. And like I said, it'll be split qualifying, half and half. It'll be all of the AM out there. So Ben Cutler, he was the fastest in practice as well. So I've not seen his name on the leaderboard this season. Obviously don't have a livery for him as well, unfortunately. I do apologise for that. I didn't know he was racing tonight, and I didn't check. So but yeah, we'll see what he's got. No Aiden Squires either this evening that I can see. But we do have Glory Babby and we do have Breno Alice. So we've got the two championship protagonists on board this evening. So they will be out there in the second half of this qualifying session. In terms of pole positions, what have we got so far? So far this season, Glory Babby has taken 3 pole positions. Breno Ellis has taken 2. Jack Steele and Aiden Squires is the other one. So will they add to that collection tonight, or will we see someone different? We'll have to wait and see. Damo Icarus is out there. David Wan, haven't seen that name for a little while, so nice to see him out there. Another healthy field as well. Gary Lawless. Let's duel that with Gary Lawless. Let's have a look at the circuit. 14 turns, 4.38 kilometres. heavy braking zone down into the right-hander of turn 1. Just eases the car around. So you often see, a lot of overtaking sort of happening down this area of the track as you head into turn 2. Whee! Big oversteer moment there. Turn 3 is generally flat out. Then turn 4, the very tricky left. Turn 4. And then you're heading around through right-hander of 5. Then here, very sort of technical and twisty with your with a series of chicanes. You can usually ride right over those little mini sausage curbs. That corner's a lot harder than it actually looks. And then by the time you get to this stage of the lap, you're like, oh, I'm almost out of it here. Then you just got this dinky little turn 10. Then that leads you into 11. Then it's downhill. It's downhill into turn 12. It's a downhill braking zone, so it can be a little bit tricky, especially with worn tyres late in the race. And then you're going up through 13, and the end is near. You can see the end of the lap coming around turn 14, the long right-hander. And that's a lap of the Hungaroring. What sort of time does he do? A 1:45.280, so good time there from Gary Lawless. Cutler has already put down a lap, so a 1:45.052. See how that transpires. Daniel Hudson, haven't seen Daniel Hudson for a little while, so good to see him out there. He's been one of the contenders in the AM. He did quite well in the early part of the season. Let's see what sort of time he can put down there, but so far it's Cutler, Lawless, Morosky, Hudson, Harnett, Robbins, Hoffman and Icarus. Hudson goes into P4, so nice start from him. What about David Wan in the 203 Alpaca My Bags BMW entry? I like this livery as well, that dragon on the side. Pretty sure it's a custom livery. What do we got? Cutler, 45 flat. A couple of tenths faster than Gary Lawless in the Bentley. And then Morosky, 45.6. And sort of drops off a bit there. Hudson, Harnett, Robbins, Hoffman and Icarus. As David Wan just coming around to finish his lap through the final turn. Sort of time is he able to lay out here? P5, a 1:46.860, so nice work from him. What about Terrell Bank in the Porsche? Currently sitting second in the Pro-Am Series, 28 points behind Damo Icarus. Damo Icarus has laid his first lap, a 1:53.610 is his best time. Terrell Bank beats that, a 46.212. So good start there from Terrell Bank. Who else is out there on the lap? Here's Cutler. So he's currently sitting P1. Was up on his best time. He has just lost a heap of time, so he's dropped 3 tenths on his best. So not looking like he will beat that as Morosky heads past. We'll flick over to Morosky. He's up on his best time, 1:45.610. So he was up by about 3 tenths. Currently sitting P5 right now. Got roughly about 5 minutes and change left in this this portion of qualifying, this 25-minute session. It will then be over to the remaining Pro-Am and Pro drivers. sort of time can Morosky put down? Yeah, nice work. At 45.160, so just a tenth off the fastest time there set by Cutler, who's just replaced by Gary Lawless. What about Hayden Bevis? Haven't seen him for a couple of races. He doesn't move up, so P7 is where he will remain for now. Here's Hoffman in the 787 Aston Martin. 51.547 is his fastest time so far. Who else is out there? Braithfield. Let's just flick across to Braithfield because he is about to cross the line. He's 3 tenths up on his best time. Currently P19 right now. Will he be able to improve on that? He does. P8. Nice work from him. Here's Hoffman. He's lost a bit of time somewhere along the line, so I don't think he is going to improve on his best time of a 51.547. He'll have one more go at it though. He's got time for another lap out there. Who else is out there? Lawless. Morosky is further along on the circuit. He's neither up nor down. He's pretty much par with his best time. But so far it's Damo Icarus leading the way at 44.575, so almost 2.5 tenths faster than Gary Lawless. 787, I think that's 787. That is, I think it was Hoffman. Anyway, Morosky. P4 is where he will remain for now. Here's Hayden Bevis. Thought I saw an indicator on there for a second. It's just the reflection of the light. A couple of tenths up on his best time. He improves his time but not his position, so he will remain there in P8. Tarab Bank, he's 6 tenths up on his best time, so that might be good enough to crack the top 6. Let's see what he can do as he comes out of the final right-hander of turn 14. Heads along the straight. P7, nice work from him. Shane Robbins, haven't seen him yet. This is the first time I've seen him this evening. A couple of tenths up on his best time of a 45.597. This would move him up a couple of spots if he can hold on to this gain in time. 3 tenths up. Yeah, it's going to be a tidy lap from him in the Wolfpack Racing Ford. Good enough for P5 for this portion of qualifying, so nice work to him. All these guys were going out for their final qualifying laps before we flip it over to the second half of qualifying. We'll stick with Morosky. He's 3 tenths up on his best time. .45.097. And good enough for P3, so nice work to him. Let's go to Gary Lawless. Let's see what sort of time he can do. No, with Damo Icarus, sorry. So I think Lawless has just gone to the top of the times. He's unseated Damo Icarus, who we're with at the moment. He's 3 tenths up on his best time, so he's looking to nab the number 1 spot for this portion of qualifying. A couple of tenths up on his best time, 45.540. He is going to beat that. By how much is the question? 357, so a couple of tenths faster than his best time. Here's Daniel Hudson. He was up on his best time, but he's just dropped a couple of tenths out of the final couple of corners there, and that is not going to help his position of P6 at the moment. Should be the last laps happening right now for these guys before we flip over to the remainder of the field. Morosky going for another run. Lawless is out there as well. Let's see what he can do. So is Damo Icarus. So I dare say this will all be the last of these runs. Shane Robbins and Cutler, they've already teleported back to the pits. Here's Lawless, 1.5 tenths up. Can he get the fastest time for this first part of qualifying? Icarus is out there, but he's down on his best time. So he's not going to improve. He's invalidated his lap. Here's Lawless. I get a little bit of understeer there out of turn 14. Scrubbed off a little bit of time. Still going to improve. Not enough, though. So Damo Icarus is looking like he's going to take the fastest time in the first half of qualifying. Bevis is going to cross the line. He will not improve on his time. One looks like he will. Will he improve position? No, he doesn't. P7 is where he will remain. Here's Brad Bracefield. Had a great race last round, so he'll be looking to repeat his efforts. It was that wet start in the beginning of race number 2, so the rain finally arrived. It didn't hang around for very long, but once it arrived, it certainly spiced things up. Bracefield, 1.5 tenths up on his best time. Harnett will be behind him, so will Hudson. Here comes Harnett, his TKR teammate. And then there is Hudson as well. He goes up into P3 for that session, so nice work from him. But it's Damo Icarus who ends up being on top there for the first part of qualifying. A 44.357. I will put that in my book. And we'll see what we can get. Or is Gary Lawless going to beat this? 357. Let's see. He's up on his best time. We've got other cars making their way out of the pits right now. I don't know what the rules say about this going a little bit of extra time. Let him deal with that later on. But I think he's going to hold on to it here. So if he can keep that time, he is going to be the fastest. So I'm going to just scrub that out in my book, write down a new time. A 1:44.167. G Lawless. All right, let's see what else we got out here. So Hamilton is heading out there now. Chris Wren is tucked in behind him. Breno Ellis, as mentioned, sitting second, a couple of points, 2.5 points behind Glory Babby in P1. Round 7 of 8. So one more to go after this round. That will be the conclusion of this series, this season. Newman, Steele. Had a bit of a Jack Steele kind of race in race number 2. Ben Hederman, always fast up the pointy end of the field. This man here, he's always up the pointy end of the field as well. John Zhu, expect no different from him this evening. Nick Picken in that beautifully presented Ford Mustang. Simon Phillips. Simon Phillips had a good race as well. I think he had a podium in the last race. So it sort of the rain kind of jumbled everything up. It was really good. Gary Lawless is still going around, so he's still just, I don't know if he got the memo or not, but still just doing laps. So he is the fastest car across the field. I think Hamilton will be the first. No, Glory Babby will be, in fact. Let's see what time Glory Babby pumps out for his first run. Oh, Breno Ellis goes to P1. Glory Babby, 43.5. Hamilton will be the next one across the line. Then it will be Chris Wren. Matt Bursa as well. Oh, he's starting. So Alice and Babby, top 2. Lawless still circulating around. About Ben Newman in the other Meatworks entry. Making his way through turn 8 and the right-hander turn 9. Tricky part of the track through there, as we were on board earlier. Track conditions though don't get much better. Optimum 21 degrees air temperature, 28 degrees track temperature. Don't expect any kind of weather, so not likely to see a repeat of last round when we saw rain in race number 2. Stick with Newman for now. What sort of time is he going to put out there? Hi Nick, loving your work. Oh, thank you for the Oz Team Racing account. Newman, no time, so he'll be going for another run. Here is Bursa, time to beat a 1:43.247, almost a full second faster than what we saw in the first part of qualifying. Just under 7 minutes remaining in this one, but it is some very familiar names at the top of the table. Where can Matt Bursa put his name for the Matic Racing entry, the number 66? Andy Gallagher is up there as well. Bursa goes into P6. Andy Gallagher, nice run from him so far. P4 in the 225 pink Porsche. I do like this livery. I've said that quite a few times. Anyone who's watched the stream knows that. Here's John Zhu. Where can he put his Lamborghini? P number 6 for now. The menacing black and purple liveried Lamborghini. Would not want to see that car behind you. There'll be a lot of pressure. Here's Ben Hederman. He's been a race winner this season. Won at Bathurst. Great win for him. I think it was his first as well in the league. I think. Where do we go from here, Ben Hederman? P5, so 1:43.597. Geez, a pretty big gap at the front, isn't it? This man is absolutely dominating right now. 7.5 tenths. Wow. Absolutely flying right now is Breno Ellis. A 42.775. Not so on this lap though. He has invalidated it. But he is absolutely flying. 7 tenths clear of the rest of the field. Wow. Coming good. Well, not coming good. He's been bloody good all season. So, hard man to beat. This man here, Glory Babby, he's going to put in a new time. A 43 flat. Closes the gap by half a second. So, 2.5 tenths is the difference now. Andy Gallagher just slots in a time there. What about Philip Hamilton? He moves up into P8. Chris Wren, he remains there in P number 12. What about John Zhu? Not really up on his best time at the moment. Less than 5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. What about Jack Steele? We'll flick across to him. P3, Jack Steele. Fast. The man of steel. Hederman, almost a tenth up on his best time. Let's see what he can muster. Will he be able to get onto the second row of the grid? I don't think so. No, he won't. Not for now. Anyway, here's Newman. He's not really up on his best time. Simon Phillips, though, in the other Meatworks entry, right tucked in behind him. A couple of tenths up on his best time. He will leapfrog a couple of spots, maybe get up to 12th, 13th. Nice work from him. Chris Wren, couple of tenths up on his best time. Currently sitting P12, 44.5. Breno Ellis is out there on a fast lap, 1.5 tenths down on his best time. So pole position doesn't change. Where's Glory Babby? He's coming into the pits. That makes sense on my timing screen then. That's why it was showing that. So here's Ren. Can he improve his position? No, he can't. P12 is as good as it's going to get right now. Bursa goes up into 4th. So a late charge from the Matic Racing entry. Nice work from him. Back to Hederman. He's not really going to improve, is he? Who else is out there? Alice is out there right now. Where are you, Glory Babby? He was like in the pits, out of the pits. He's out of the pits now. Jack Steele is out on circuit, just coming out of turn 2. Let's stick with the man. He's on pole position right now. 2.5 minutes remaining. Can he snag another pole position? It would be his third of the season. It would match Glory Babby for 3 pole positions each if he's able to hold on here. Very silky smooth, isn't it? When you're on board with Breno Alice. Everything's done very deliberately. Very opposite to how I drive, to be honest. Hey, he goes faster again. 42.710. That's a cracking time from him. What was the fastest time in that first part? It was a 44.167. So, gee whiz. 1.4 seconds. Andy Gallagher, he doesn't improve on his time. What about Hamilton? He does. He improves his time, not his position. Wren, he goes from 13th to 9th. Nice work, Chris Wren. Matt Bursa, he's up there in P3. So the Ford, very much to the liking of the Hungaroring. Got 70 seconds left. It's Alice, Babby, Bursa, Steele, Picken, Hedderman, Hamilton, Gallagher, Wren, and Zoo. That's your top 10. All cars are out there besides Chris Wren of the top 10. Phillips is also out there, as is Newman. Let's see Hedderman. I think you might be able to leapfrog a couple here. At least one. Maybe 2 if he gets a good run off this final corner. Doesn't look like he did, but it's going to be enough to get up into top 4. There you go. I was underselling him. Alice, he's not going to improve on this time, so he's a second down on his best time. 20 seconds remaining, T minus. Phillips in the meatworks, he's not looking like he's going to improve his time either. So 12th is where he will remain for now. Andy Gallagher, he's not going to improve his time out there either. The only one that sort of has a chance of improving is Nick Picken. And he can snag P3 right now. He's a real chance. We've gone 000s. Hamilton's a little bit further ahead. What does he do? He doesn't improve, so P7 is the best that he'll get. Let's see where Nick Picken can get out here. He's not going to be able to get pole position. I think that's pretty much tucked away to Breno Alice. But Nick Picken is a bloody good chance to get on the second row of the grid in P3, making his way out of the left-hander of 13 into the right-hander of 14. Can he hold on? He's up by 1.5 tenths. Is it going to be P3? It is! Nice work, Nick Picken. That was good stuff. Good qualifying session from him. Matt Bursa as well in the 66. So the Matic boys, good job, fellas. A couple of Mustangs in 3rd and 4th. But it was that man there in the middle of the screen with the Logitech maroon-coloured BMW. Breno Alice. He takes his 3rd pole position for the season. Congratulations to him. He is, like I said, 2.5 points behind in the championship. And his championship protagonist, his main rival, is right next to him there in P2. So we are set for a really, really good race this evening, I hope. Be back in like a minute to get this thing kicked off. Alright, we're back. And we are going to get
30
things
seconds.
underway. 30 seconds away. Oops. Here we go. This is going to be good. Okay, they're all lined up. Helicopter on call. Just in case, you know. And waiting to get things underway. Round number 7 of the season. Penultimate round. It's not going to be a very long run, is it? They're going to just go through one corner basically, and then that's going to be it. But there's the field. All 23 cars. Alice, Babby, that's your front row. Picken and Bursa, keep an eye on them. Hederman and Steele behind them. But here's the championship face-off. We got the green light. Good start from Alice. Babby's going to go with him step for step as they all make their way down into turn 1. It's going to be Alice who leads the way. Oh, that's Picken and Bursa through there as well. And looks like everyone has gotten through safely and no issues through turn 1 as we catch up with the leaders. At turn 2, it's Alice leading the way. Then you got Picken and Bursa, Steele, Hederman, Hamilton, Zoo, Gallagher, Phillips, Wren, Lawless, Icarus. As they come up to turn... Oh, who was that? Was that Zoo? It was John Zoo. It was. Let's quickly go to the replay. Let's see what happened here with him. So he was with Hamilton going through turn 3. Oh, that's Gallagher in there as well as they come up to turn 4. Oh, he's just got tapped from behind. And that was enough to upset him. And away we go. Back to live images. But it's Alice and Babby leading the way. They've already got a very, very solid gap over Bursa and Picken. You can see the gap there. Steele, Hederman, and then you've got Hamilton and Gallagher with Phillips and Wren there rounding out your top 10. But here we go. This is what we've really been waiting for, right? This is the battle that we want to see. Alice versus Babby. Championship lead at stake. And so far, a good first lap from everyone. It's all nice and neat. No issues at all. That's what you like to see. And these two already opening up a little bit of a gap. 1.9 seconds is the difference between Babby and Bursa. But then you can throw a blanket over them from about 3rd through to 6th. Then you got another little gap there back to Hamilton. But then he's got Gallagher, Phillips, Wren will be eager to try and join that little group there as well. And then it is quite congested through from about 11th through to 17th with Bank, Morosky, Hudson, Robbins, Cutler, Bracefield. Cutler, he's an interesting one, isn't he? He was top of the times in practice. He looked pretty good, but then get down in 17th right now. So keep a close eye and see how the race unfolds for Cutler down there. But at the front of the field is Breno Ellis leading the way. Just under a second is the gap. You can see it's already a bit of a race or two right now between these two. But a nice, besides John Zoo, where did he end up? So John Zoo, after that turn 4 incident, he has ended up in P number 19. So that's not good for him. Ooh, Hudson and Robbins. They swap positions. Let's see that again here. Oh, so he's just run deep. And I think this is going to allow Robbins to make his way around the outside. No. Let's go back to live images now. And, what's happened to Harnett? Why is he in the pits? Oh, he's had an incident somewhere. Kevin Harnett in the 951. So that is why he has had to head into the pits. Back at the front though, really nothing between these two. Last lap around a 44 flat versus a 42.3 to advantage Alice. And the gap has only gotten further. It's now 2.6 seconds between Bursar and Picken. Steele in there as well as Hamilton. That's Gallagher coming through. Phillips, Lawless, Icarus, Morosky. There's Cutler as well. That was a bit sort of weird, wasn't it, with the camera angle? But anyway. So gap is just starting to drift a little tiny bit. It was almost out to a second at parts of that lap. And they have got some traffic right now. David Wyan, why has he fallen all the way down to there as we see Harnett making his way out of the pits, but he's just waiting for everyone to go past. That is very, very sensible driving. And you can see the entire field just flooding past there as he'll make his way onto the circuit. There we go. Away he goes. Back to the action at the front. Alice leading Babby. Last lap around, there was barely anything between the two. And that is one getting out of the way. Hey, well out of the way. So he was like, boys, I'm out of here. I'll leave this to it. What's he doing down there? Yep, and he's back on track now. Let's go number 50, shoe 945. Number 50, that would be Jamin Morosky. Oh man, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let me double check that here. Yes, it is Jamin Morosky. There you go. Sitting there in 14th right now. Putting Terrat Bank actually quite under the pump. As I say that though, what happened? He just got almost got a little bit too close and like a little bit of aero wash maybe. Just lost the front end. And then he's come into this big old fight with Cutler, Bracefield and Zoo in there as well. So, and Robbins at the head of this little train here. So, yeah, John Zoo doesn't really seem to have the pace right now. That lap of 46.5. So, not too sure what's happening to him at the moment. Perhaps the race will come to him in the later stages. We're still in the opening 10 minutes of this one. And it's Alice leading the way of Babby. A couple of tenths separated them on the previous lap. So nothing between the two, and it's been all sort of quiet the first opening stanza of this one. Haven't had too much to report back on. Won't be too much for the highlights then. Perhaps we're just seeing good hard racing between these two. This is what you want to see, both drivers going for the championship. Speaking of championship, so yeah, Zoo, he's currently third in the championship at the moment. He is 21 points ahead of Ben Hederman, who Ben Hederman is sitting in P6 right now. So that's some championship implications right there. No Skinny Luke tonight. So yeah, don't know where he is. Maybe he's catching the stream. If he is, g'day. But yeah, so because he's sitting in 5th. Damo Icarus, he is 6th overall, but leading the Pro-Am from Tarab Bank. Those two find themselves together quite a lot on circuit. And that is where they are right now, as you can see, just making their way up behind. Oh, look at that. Skinny Luke, I speak his name, and then boom, there he appears in the chat. So he is watching, that's nice. Yeah, but Icarus and Bank, they often find themselves together close on the circuit. I thought David 1 had a little bit more pace than this, but I'm not too sure what's happened to him in the opening stages of this one. But back to the front of the field. Don't really want to miss any action. Last trip around, they were almost dead even. There was like less than a 10th between Alice and Babby on that last trip around. So these two just going for punch for punch. Skinny Luke was racing Formula Fords in Sydney. Didn't make it off the plane in time. Watching in the Uber. That's so cool though. You were racing Formula Fords in Sydney. That's awesome. That is so cool. Hope you went well. Pretty good reason for missing. Say hi to the Uber driver for us as well. 5 stars. Gallagher and Hamilton, they're having a nice little battle right now down there in 7th and 8th position. So they're going at it right now. Can Gallagher get a little bit of a run here on the Aston Martin as they head down this very short straight? Craig Gallagher cheering on his brother, I assume? Andy Gallagher? The Gallagher brothers? Yeah, it's Gallagher Brothers Racing. Of course it is. Of course they are. So not able to get that done. Get that pass done on Hamilton. He's trying. He's pedaling as hard as he can right now. But we do have some good racing going on though. This is good. This is what you want to see. We're not too far away from quarter distance. These guys will be well and truly warming up into a nice rhythm. This is a bit of a rhythm circuit as well. It's quite relentless. There's very few straight parts of the track besides the front straight. You don't really get much of a break around here. They do call it Monaco without the wall, without the walls. So yeah, very tricky navigating around here. Someone who's not having any issues and he's flashing his lights. You gotta love it. It is Glory Babby going for a run up the inside. They're going to go side by side down the main straight. Here we go. It's a straight drag. It's Babby versus Alice. It's BMW versus Lexus. Who's got the most? Who can break the latest? And it looks like it's Breno Alice just able to sneak by. He runs a little bit deep though. Babby's able to pull it up. And he is able to get the job done. There you go. You can look back from Glory Babby's car. So we've got to chase, we've got to swap for the lead. And Glory Babby now leads this one. 12 and a half minutes into it. Nice work from Glory Babby. So I wonder if Alice made a mistake on that last trip around because it was a a big slide there from Babby. Is that going to open it up? Did he sort of heat up the tyres a little bit too much with that pass and now he's paying for it a little bit? Alice all over the back of him. He wants to get that number 1 spot back. Can Babby hold him off? That's great racing though between the two. 666. What happened, Shane? Oh, that's a big one. That is a big one. Oh, what has happened, Shane Robbins? That's huge. That could possibly be night over for him, and it is. So he's teleported back to the pits. E2 SK4 PO. Always quality racing with these three. Yes, it is. This is what we were kind of robbed of this. Where was it? I think it was at Suzuka, where we had an issue on the opening lap. It was Babby and Squires had that coming together, where Alice just absolutely dominated that race in the end. As Pickett swaps spots with Bursa, so he moves himself up into P number 3. So the Matic boys having a fantastic run this evening. Steele is in there, as well as is Hederman. Time multiplier tonight was 3, I do believe. That's what it said anyway on the Discord. What is it, 5:51 p.m. in-game time, and we're only 15 minutes into it. So we could get some nighttime conditions to end this one. Back to the battle out front though. It's still Glory Babby, able to hold off Breno Ellis. But for how long? Two absolute quality drivers. I think we ought to sit back and enjoy the action. Trip around half a second. The difference of 44.4 to Babby, 44.9 to Alice. He did go quite deep under brakes into turn 1, and I think the lap time right now counts for too much. You can see what the you can see the gap. So what else? We look a little bit further down the field. So there you go. Pickens opened up a little bit of a gap on Bursa. And then you've got Steele tucked in right behind Bursa, as well as Hederman not far behind them. Then it's a fair gap. Then it's 6 seconds back from Hederman to Hamilton, who he's having his own little private battle right now with Gallagher, as Morosky is in the pits. Let's see if that is... No, it doesn't look like he's got any anything to indicate he's coming in to repair any damage or anything. It's just a scheduled stop for him. Who else is in the pits? Cutler is the... Whoa, boy, that way. We almost didn't realise that looked rough. That looked very rough. But he's getting out. He's kicked over the speed limit sign as well. That can cause issues, though. That may cause issues. Keep an eye out for any speeding penalties in the pits as well. So I've definitely come across that in the past. I think at Paul Ricard, there was one race where someone bowled over the speed limit sign, and then there was just a litany of speeding penalties given out because it's quite a tight entry at Paul Ricard there to get into the pits as well. So caught quite a few out, and that was this case is at the end of the pits. So just keep that in your pocket for later on when we see pit stops happening. It is mandatory fuel stops as well this evening. Tyres if you want to as well. As we're watching Zoo and Braithfield battling it out for 14th and 15th. A couple of Lamborghinis right now. And Braithfield heading into the pits. Feels like it's kind of early for pit stops. Not too sure what the tyre wear is around here. Most often we don't really see tyres. We see it's mainly fuel. This is the mandatory stop, obviously. So generally see a bit of a mixture. Obviously last week with the rain as well, that did change things up. I think I saw some screenshots. It was red tyres at the end of the race. I think it was for Glory Babby, with the drying conditions that was there. As we're having a look from the very front of Breno Ellis's BMW, and it really does not get much closer than what it is at the moment. and you just feel like it's just going to be a mistake that is really going to be the thing that's going to cost one of these guys, if anything. And being obvious and honest, you don't really see a lot of mistakes from either of these drivers. So this is going to be a cracking battle all the way to the end. Will there be a little bit of pit strategy involved as well? We'll have to wait and find out as we just about to third race distance. 65-minute race. Where are we? 6:05 in-game time. Beautiful conditions, so the weather is not going to be an issue. See some sunset images. It's my favourite. I love the changing of the weather, the evolution of from day to night. We go on board again. Alice. Last trip around, there was that's a little mistake there from Alice. It was less than a tenth separating him on that last trip around. So will it get to a point where Alice is like, all right, well, I know I'm not going to get past him unless I force a mistake, but I don't want to wear out my tyres trying to force a mistake. Do I just sit back and wait for pit stops and then have a crack at the end? Or does it just go stuff it? I just want to get this done. We'll wait and see. Other little battles throughout the field, Bursa and Steele, as well as Hederman. We'll get across to that in a moment. Let's just see how this pans out down the front straight. I don't think we're going to see any action here. Not unless Babby makes a mistake. No, we're not. Here we go. Let's have a look here. So Steele and Hederman. And we're watching from the rear of Steele. Oh, we have a little bit of action here with Tarab Bank and Icarus. Icarus is in the pits. That is why we have action. So yeah, relatively early pit stops. So it's either, just trying to work out who would be driving it. Is it tyres or is it? Obviously, tyres is not mandatory. Fuel is. What were the pit stop times? That'd be good to check out, won't it, in a second. Hederman throwing the Aston Martin through the chicane. What about Gary Lawless in the BMW? He's chasing down Phillips right now. We'll check out riders and fallers. And I was going to check out times as well. So the cars that have pitted, let's go do risers and fallers first. So risers, Tarab Bank, he's up 7. You can see him just there. Hudson, he's up 3 spots. Hayden Bevis, he's up 6 spots. And Brad Bracefield is up 4 spots from where he started. Hey! That's not good. That's turn 4. That is absolutely not uncommon to have that happen there. Let's see that again, shall we? We'll go on board with him. So he's coming out of turn 3 now. Did he hit the curb on the inside? Oh no, it's just sort of just drifted out, hasn't it? And that's the hydraulic brake in the background. And there we go. So he's down there in P19. Biggest fallers. Ooh, got Lawless and Phillips going at it. I think that's Lawless getting the position. Let's see how that came about. Oh, so they're coming out of, what is that, turn 14? And then it's going to be a drag. Oh, no, that's coming out of turn 2. Actually, coming out of turn 1 into turn 2. Going around the long way. Then he'll have the inside line for turn 3. And and that's where we kind of picked it up, and he gets the job done. So nice work there from Gary Lawless in P number 9 right now. When did he start? P11. So he's up a couple of spots. Biggest fallers is unfortunately it's my main man John Zhu. P13 right now. He started in 8th, down 5 spots. Chris Wren, he's dropped 6 spots, but he has made a stop, so that doesn't really count, if you like. But that's risers and fallers. You know what? I'm gonna make a prediction right now, and I'm gonna say this man here, John Zhu, he wins the race in Red Bull Ring next round. That's my prediction. Hold me to it. That's my prediction. Maybe a bit of hopium, but anyway. What do we got? Yeah. So in terms of pit stops, what do we got? So the cars have stopped is from 16th down. So Wren, Icarus, Morosky, Bracefield 1, Cutler and Harnett. Cutler was in there for almost 2 minutes. So that's kind of not really an accurate read on it. Oh, that was repairing the big the big damage. Robbins was in there for a long time as well, but he looks like he's departed us. So I think he is left for the evening. And what else? So Juan was in there for minute 10, but that's like 22 minutes ago. So he was in there at 12-minute mark of the race. Then you've got, I think this gives us a better idea. So Icarus was 35, Wren was 34, 42 was Morosky, 38 was Bracefield. So that gives us much more indication. And stop times, total time stopped. So 6 seconds for Wren and Icarus, 9 seconds for Bracefield, 14 seconds for Morosky. So that would indicate to me they have not taken tyres and it was just fuel. So I would think that these guys will just do fuel only, no tyres. As it's 6:26 in-game time now, 6:26 PM in the evening. And these guys have been together for a while now. That's Hederman just running a little bit deep. And Gallagher is in the pits. So he's making his pit stop as we're almost at the halfway mark of this one. So Steele and Hederman and Bursa, they've all been together for a big chunk of this race, almost the entirety of it in fact. Going on just over 30 minutes, 32 minutes in fact. So having a great old battle. These three were. Hederman, we saw him just run a little bit deep there previously on the turn 1. So that's why he's just dropped off that pack, but I'm sure he'll catch back up to them. So Picken having a great run. He is 5.5 seconds behind Alice, but he's 4 seconds ahead of Bursa. So he'd be in quite a comfortable position right now where he's saying, hey, I can actually get a podium today if I play my cards right, and I'm not absolutely under the pump. There he was in the background. There he is. So the Matic Racing Team, the MRT entry, is his teammate, Matt Bursa, behind him, and then Steele and Hederman. So good job from Team Matic, 3rd and 4th right now. They will be hoping that in about 32 minutes time, that is what the timing screen says. That's cool. Matt Bursa on the side of the car. I like it. You're not going to lose it, are you? You know where you'll know it's your car. You won't get them mixed up. Steele still having a good race. He's having a good Jack Steele race. I'll tell you what, it's been wet. It's been wet in Adelaide these last couple of days, hasn't it? Very wet. Hey, all couldn't make the start time, but awesome to be able to catch the broadcast. Dylan Douglas, how are you, Dylan Douglas? He was sitting 3rd in the Pro-Am Championship. Yeah, the earliest start time. Personally, don't like it. It feels too early, 7:30. I feel rushed. But it's only for a couple of races. So we'll get by. Start early, finish early, so that's good. But I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Hope everyone's enjoying the broadcast as well. And I hope you've been enjoying this battle that we've got between Glory Babby and Breno Alice, because it's been about this much or a maximum half a second between these two for the majority of this race. We have shown quite a lot of them this evening. Been trying to check down the rest of the field as well, but not really wanted to take eyes off this one. And it was a mistake from Alice that opened up the door for Babby. We saw the drag race down the front straight. Alice ran a little bit deep there. I think the mistake came before that though. We didn't catch that. But yeah, good stuff between these two. Isn't that just a beautiful shot as well? Blue sky, sun setting, going down the inside. Can he get it done? No, he can't, not quite. But Breno Alice certainly signalling his intent. Just flashing the mirrors. And I did like the light flashing as well from Glory Babby before. That was cool. I like that. All legal, all well within your rights to do. So go through turn 4. I don't mind this camera angle. It's alright. Underrated. Yeah, I'm getting like a real sort of summer vibe from these images, but the temperature says otherwise. 17 degrees air, 18 degrees track. So track is cooling off. And what's happened to Hedeman? Did he make a stop? He did. Oh, Nick, what are you doing? Press the replay button. And oh my god, and Babby and Alice are going at it as well. This is still in the replay. We've got 7 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go back to live images now. I don't want to miss it. There we go. We're live images now. So, who's pitted? We can see who's pitted. Everyone down from 11th onwards except Newman. They've all made their stop. I think maybe the one person to take ties is Gallagher. I think he's the only one who's got a fresh set of tyres. Maybe David Wan, but they're almost half an hour old. So, and they're coming up on John Zoo right now as well. No, they're not. They're not coming up on John Zoo. That is, in fact, Harnett. Kevin Harnett. He has made his stop. He did stop 27 minutes ago. Good driving. That's the second or third. We've seen him do that similar something out of the pits. And we saw David Wan as well, with very sensible driving with the leaders coming through as well. So, very, very high standards this evening. Highlights are going to be pretty lackluster. Here's Nick Picken. He's in the pits, making his stop. So I think he was running up there in 3rd or 4th. How long has he stopped for? Picken. Oh, it's been a while now. I reckon he took tyres. There he is, still going. Yep, stopped for 37 seconds. Or he made a mistake getting into his pit box maybe and had to reverse. I don't know. Still 27 minutes to go though, so plenty of time remaining in this one. And he's come out of the pits. That's Picken, and Wren has gone through there as well. So Picken down in 15th position right now. So he's got a bit of work to do to get himself back up to where he was in the top 4. Here's Alice. 6:46 in-game time now. Track's still at 18 degrees. Air is 17. I've been to Budapest. I've driven past this circuit before. I don't want to speak ill of Hungary, but I didn't enjoy it. Just didn't vibe with it. It was nice and everything. People were nice. They really love meat over there as well. I like meat as well. Here's Lawless in the pits. But yeah, it's a very, very difficult language to learn as well. If you can speak Hungarian, there's a lot of money in it if you want to be like an interpreter or something. Because it is so hard to learn, so few people know it, so it can open up some opportunities. Get on the old Duolingo, whatever it is. Learn Hungarian. Looks pretty difficult though, not gonna lie. Possibly harder than overtaking Glory Babby. Lawless has made his pit stop. Where are we? We're 40 minutes into this one, just about. Field relatively spread out now due to those pit stops, so not a lot of action going on across the field. Still 25 minutes remaining. And it's Babby leading the way from Breno Ellis. He put it on pole position. It's the third time he's done that this season. The third time out of 4 races, in fact, he's done that. Steele in the Lexus, hunting down Matt Burser. Both of these drivers yet to pit. Being connected at the hip for the majority of this one. So we go on board, get blasted with that V8 engine tone. Another V8 engine ahead. Gotta love it. I really like the Matic Racing liveries as well. I like how they sort of they're matching. Sparks coming off the rear of Breno Ellis' car as the light begins to fade a little bit, almost at 7 p.m. in-game time. As mentioned, it was triple time. And Hederman and Hudson, was that coming out of the pits? I think it might have been. Oh! That was Alice having a big go down the inside there of, I think that was turn 12. So track and air temperature are now the same, but the action is only heating up from here. As we go the driver's eye view. Oh, Alice, big send down the inside of turn 1. Can't quite get it done. Couldn't pull it up in time. Babby able to hold on, but that was a big go by Alice. It's very common to see that sort of attempt. You can do that. There's plenty of room to, plenty of runoff if you make a big mistake through there. Obviously don't want to just absolutely send it down the inside and take the other guy out, but yeah, you've got a decent margin for error at that part of the track. And so I think really the question is, how long can these guys go? That's going to be, I think they're just going to wait each other out. Woo. Super close right now. Doesn't get much closer. Oh, almost makes, gives him a little bit of a love tap, almost. Is he going to have a go down this lap here at the end of the straight? Looks like Babby's got a pretty good run out of there, so it would have to be a mighty send from Alice if he is going to have a go. I don't think he will though. He doesn't. Ooh. Ends up closing up fairway, so sun starting to set now. Here's Jack Steele, ducks out of the slipstream. He was looking to have a go down at turn 1. He wants a piece of the action. What about John Zhu? Is he going to have a go here? He's got Phillips ahead in the Meatworks entry. Neither of these guys have pitted. Hederman's about 8 seconds behind these guys and he has pitted. Nothing doing there for John Zhu. Sitting in P7 at the moment. Was there something afterwards? Oh, he's going to contest it at least. Phillips going a bit defensive. Perhaps that did put him off a little bit. Nothing doing right now. Steele is tucked right up under the rear wing of Bursa as well. So we've got a couple of good cracking. We've got 3 cracking battles right now. 1st and 2nd, 3rd and 4th, 6th and 7th. Love to see it. Here we go. Alice, can he get a decent run out of the final quarter on this lap? Sun has almost disappeared. Air temperature is 16. Track is 17. Oh, another big lunge. Do they make contact? Almost. Alice is still going to contend it. This is not over. This will go at least until turn 3. Oh, he's going to go around the outside to try and get the inside run for turn 3. Gabby's onto it. Says, no way, Jose. I got you here. Oh, they're going to go side by side through turn 3. How good is this? Let's see what turn 4 is going to make contact. A big hip and shoulder. They don't want to make contact through here. Good sensible driving from Alice. Gabby goes a little bit deep. Alice is going to go around the outside. Gabby's still going to contest it. How good is this? Gabby's still down the inside. He's going to have the inside line for the next corner. Alice has got to go side by side through the chicane with him. They make even more contact again and another little nudge again. 3 times already on this lap. They're still going side by side. Almost through the last 3 corners they've been side by side. Still going at it. More contact. Gabby, couple of wheels on the grass. Alice just edging ahead. Gets a little bit sideways. Still going at it. Alice has just got it. So far they're going to come into turn number 12. Turn 12 here. And Gabby still got it. Still hanging on. How good. They've been side by side for almost the entirety of this lap. And Alice finally gets it done. Epic racing. How good was that? And Brenner, Alice finally comes out on top. But I don't think this is over. I think Glory Babby is going to have another go at him. 18 minutes left in this one. Both of these guys need to pit. There's been less than half a second separating them the entire time. Alice goes defensive. Gabby tries to go around the outside. Will we see another side-by-side lap? Not too sure. But Alice, woo! Great stuff. That was full commitment from both of them. Most of the lap was side-by-side. They went side-by-side through the chicane as well. A little bit more Morse code there from Babby. Wow! How awesome is this? This is what we've been waiting for. This is what the entire season has been building up to. This is the championship on the line. It's the second last round of the season. And these guys absolutely going at it. And I reckon they'd be both absolutely loving it right now. A little bit of a slide there from Gabby. It was all just sort of meandering along a little bit from there, but Alice had signaled his intent a couple laps earlier. He had the big go down the inside, and I think he knew, yep, I need to get this done if I want to be any chance to win it. And you can see him already starting to pull a little bit of a gap, so he's obviously seen his opportunity. He's absolutely grabbed it with both hands, and he had to hang on for dear life to hold on to it as well, because Gabby was not going to give it up. Babby was not going to give it up at all. Woohoo! Good stuff. So Babby won't be close enough to have a go here on this trip around. little bit further back, Nick Picken. So he was up there in 3rd or 4th position, and he's down there in 30th now after that stop. He's got Damo Icarus he's contending with. Icarus has pitted already, as has Bank, who's ahead of these guys. But then the rest of the field, other than Hederman, have made a pit stop too. So yeah, not too sure. But he had that really long pit stop, a minute 6 in total, that pit stop. So not great from him, but yeah, we'll see where he can recoup as we go almost at the final quarter hour mark of this one. Let's see what Picken has got. Ford versus Lexus down the main straight. Temperatures continuing to drop. So 16 degrees air temperature, 16 degrees track temperature. And the Mustang got a little bit of extra toe down the front straight. Is he able to pull it up in time? He is. Ooh, what was that? That was weird. But that's Nick Picken. Moves up into P number 12. Here's Jack Steele. We'll get back to the front of the field as well, but just checking out throughout. Babby still tucked in, half a second is the gap. I'm not going to see any action down the front straight on this one. Let's see these guys. What's Jack Steele got in store for us? So nothing's doing there. 14 minutes remaining. Glory Babby. Breno Ellis, P1, P2. Been a half a second the difference between them for almost the entirety of this race. They've both led at various stages as well. Here's Steele. He is a man who does get a little bit impatient as well. So I'm expecting in the near future, I'm expecting a little bit of a lunge, a sparked fly from the rear of the Ford Mustang. Here's Hederman. He's gotten past Phillips. Let's see that on the replay. Where are they? They're coming out of, that was out of turn 1. This is into turn 2. What happens, Phillips? Oh, does he run deep? He does. And Hederman is able to get through. And away he goes. So he's down there in 7th. Hederman has stopped. So he's in a very good position right now. Blue flag's waving. That's one getting out of the way as Bursa and Steele make their way through. I said it! I said it! I was expecting a lunge at some stage, and it came to fruition. Here it is. Let's see it on the replay. Pops out of the draft, almost. Oh, no. Oh, it wasn't really a lunge, was it? It was almost like a miscalculation on his braking. So I was kind of, I wasn't even half right. I was just wrong altogether. That wasn't a lunge. That was just a miscalculated brake. But it's been a great battle between these two as well. And big shout out to Matt Bursa. Like, he's raced tonight. He's driven fantastically well. Where did he start? He started in 4th position. So his teammate Nick Pickett started in 3rd. So that's why he'd be quite disappointed with that very, very long pit stop about 16 minutes ago. As these two battling it out for the final podium step. It's still all quiet at the front. If anything, Alice is just slightly edging away. Last trip around, and that's Cutler getting out of the way. So good driving from him. Here's Jack Steele making a stop, sliding his way through the pit entry. There's the 50-kilometre mark. We didn't see any speeding in the pits, thankfully. This is a pressure stop with less than 11 minutes to go. Jack Steele needs to nail this, and then it will all be about, where's Hederman? He's going to be the main competition. Stopped. Here's Hederman. Oh, this is going to look very good for Hederman. Steele. I think this is going to be pretty good for Hederman. He goes through. There's Steele. And there's Hederman. There we go. So Steele loses that position to Ben Hederman. 3.5 seconds the gap between those two, with exactly 10 minutes remaining in this one. So Ben Hederman, when did he pit? He pit 20 minutes ago. So they're 20-minute older tyres than what Steele is going to have. And I don't think Hederman didn't stop for tyres. Neither did Steele as well. So there's no real major advantage. Here's Nick Picken tucked in behind Tarab Bank. What sort of races Tarab Bank had? Started in 18th. He's in 10th right now, up 8 spots. So nice work from Tarab Bank. He's gone about his business quietly. Damo Icarus tucked in behind these guys as well. That's got championship implications as well for Pro-Am. It almost looked like there's a little bit of weather on the way, or is it just getting darker? I think it's just getting darker. 7:40 p.m. in game time. ×3 multiplier. I liked it. Here's Glory Babby in the pits. Drops and goes. He makes his stop. Now we wait. So it was Hederman. Who was he battling it out with? Oh, he was battling it out with Bursa, wasn't he? So Bursa's gone around. So one would think you always got to make that sort of the call, don't you? But it's not really about tyres though, is it? I keep on thinking in putting on fresh tyres, but these guys aren't doing that. It's just making you stop, getting you splash and dash, and getting the hell out of there. Oh, Ben Newman makes his stop. So we've got Phillips, Zhu, Hamilton, Bursa, and Alice. They're all remaining to make their stops. It's Ben Newman. Here's Tarab Bank. Continues to put pressure. Yeah, got it. Gabby in the pits. Got him. Ah, Alice is in the pits now as well. I was looking at the comments there. But here's Breno Alice. Where's Glory Babby? He's coming down through turn number 12. How long is this stop going to be? Seconds. Mere seconds. Got to hit the marks though. Got to hit him. Good stop. Here we go. Babby coming through the final turn. Oh, that seemed long from Alice. It seemed long. Here comes Babby down the front straight. Alice is coming out. It seemed like it was long, but not long, not too long though. Not long enough for Glory Babby's liking. And you can see there's a car between he and Breno Alice right now. That's David Ryan. And nice pit stop there, Breno Alice. Who was I to doubt you? 34 seconds, stop for 5. Babby, 34 seconds, stop for 6. So Breno Alice was even faster in the pits. And he's got to hold on for 6.5 more minutes. In the meantime, Matt Bursa is leading the race. What's the gap between he and Alice? It's only 13.5 seconds. What are we looking at? 34 seconds, so maybe 33, 32 if he absolutely nails his stop. This is going to be very, very interesting. John Zhu has not yet stopped. He's going to go on as long as he possibly can. Philip Hamilton, he too will be going on as long as he can, and Phillips. So they're the only four yet to stop. Bursa, Hamilton, Zhu, and Phillips. In the meantime, that's what got him on the screen. Matt Bursa is leading the race. It's almost like he was just teasing us then, making a stop. And here's the gap between Rory Babby and Breno Ellis. Track continues to cool off at 15 degrees now. The sun is well and truly set. And what are we? Dusk. Serious dusk weather. But that's the gap between essentially what is net P1 and P2. Unless this man can somehow pull off a little bit of a miracle. You can see the exhaust there, glowing red. That's what I like about when it starts to get a bit darker. You can see the sparks as well coming off the cars. Glowing brake discs. It's good stuff. Philip Hamilton, where did he start? He started in 7th. So up 5 spots. Obviously still does need to make his spot. Totally get that. Here's Simon Phillips. That's Terad Bank. This is Simon Phillips. He's making his stop. Where did he start? 12th. 4 minutes and change remaining in this one. Andy Gallagher making his way down. He started in P9, Andy Gallagher. Down in P14, 13 now. Make that. There's Phillips coming out of the pits. Keep an eye on this battle right now. I think that's Morosky behind Alice. That is that Harnett? Nah, it's Braithfield. There you go, just getting out of the way. Nice work, Brad Braithfield. Down in 17th position. What's Bursa doing? He's going for another lap, so less than 4 minutes left. Hamilton going for another lap, and you can see that set of headlights that you can see just off right in the, just faintly in the distance. They're the headlights of Breno Ellis. John Zhu making his stop right now. So Hederman will leapfrog, so will Steele. And what about Picken? I think Picken will as well. Zhu's gone. It's almost like he didn't even stop then. Here's Picken. Here's Zhu. Picken. Zhu. I think Picken's going to get him here. He will. He does. And there comes John Zhu. Good recovery drive from John Zhu. Remember, I tipped him. He's going to win next week. Here's Terad Bank. Next round, sorry. But yeah, great recovery drive from him. He started 8th, is 8th. But he was way down. He got caught up in that lap 1, turn 4 incident as well. So, great recovery drive from the 45. Alice, and that's the gap back to Babby. I think there's a car in between the two of them. Yeah, it is. So that's Braithfield. And that's Morosky coming through. Morosky is 17th. And he just took that position away from Braithfield in 18th. So these two are racing right now for position, while they've got a couple of the leaders coming through. Speaking of leaders, Breno Ellis takes the lead. Matt Bursa, he is pitting. So is Philip Hamilton. So the race lead now is occupied. Will this be the last lap? It is going to be super, super tight. I reckon when they crossed the line, there was about 1:44 left. They've been doing 1:44 laps. Where does Bursa fall down to? Here comes Picken. So the Matic boys They could have been a third and fourth, but right now they're a 6th and 7th. So, and then Hamilton. I think Hamilton leapfrogged in the pits there as well. So he moves up in P5. That's Hayden Bevis. He's in P19. So he'll probably stay wide of these guys. But that is how that little scrap has played out. And now we just have to watch the clock and see. We didn't get the notification, but I think it was super, super tight. And if Breno Ellis just eases off the accelerator in a couple of extra spots, and there's Glory Babby in the background, this might be the final lap. And what has been an absolutely epic race. That side-by-side action, that will definitely be on the highlights. That was fantastic. Super exciting stuff. And a battle of two absolute quality drivers. And this is going to be a change in the championship lead. T-minus 20 seconds. I think we'll be going on another one. He couldn't give up any time. And we will be going one more lap.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
There we go. Final lap. It's official. Breno Ellis leading Glory Babby. It's 4 seconds the gap. Babby has the lights fully ablaze. Ben Hederman is currently in P3, started 5th. He has had another really good, solid Ben Hederman kind of race. He's been fast, he's been clean, he's raced really well today. Him and Steele as well. Jack Steele, it's been a really good quality drive from Jack Steele. And Philip Hamilton, it's been a bit understated, hasn't it? We haven't really seen too much of him. Started in 7th, but has just worked away at it in P5 right now. And then the Matic boys could have been better, but still 6th and 7th. Fantastic result from them. And John Zhu as well. What a great recovery drive from him after the lap 1 turn 4 incident. Tarab Bank, he's had another good race. Where did he start? P18, up 9 spots. And then Damo Icarus, this is championship implications for the Pro-Am championship. So, yeah, overall, it's been an enjoyable race this evening. Got some epic racing there. And we are about half a lap away, not even, a couple of corners away, in fact, from Breno Ellis, who's put on an absolute cracking display today. He put it on pole position. He gave us the race highlights of the season. Breno Ellis is our race winner. Congratulations. Round number 7, Breno Ellis. He takes the championship lead. Glory Babby comes home in P2. He stuck with Ellis the entire way. So great drive from Glory Babby. Ben Hederman takes a very, very well-deserved P3 and another podium for him. Congratulations. Jack Steele, well done to him. Really, really good drive from Jack Steele today. Here comes Philip Hamilton in the number 15. He's going to get a top 5 finish. Great result for him. Another strong drive from the Aston Martin. Matt Bursa and Nick Picken for Matic Racing. Great driving from those guys. Great recovery drive from John Zhu. He's going to come home and finish 8th. That's where he began the race. He's got Damo Icarus for company. And then Chris Wren as well rounds out the top 10. So great drive. Chris Wren, barely saw him today. Where'd you start? He started 10th. Finished 10th. Gary Lawless comes home in 11th. Andrew Gallagher, he will come home in P number 12. He began the race in P number 9. Simon Phillips, another strong drive from Simon Phillips in the Meatworks entry. He'll cross the line in P number 13. Then Daniel Hudson, who I like to think should be the AM championship leader. He comes home in P14, so good strong drive from him. He started in 15th. He comes home, Ben Newman in the other Meatworks entry, the blue one, the number 16. He finished 15th. Tarab Bank, what happened to Tarab Bank? Did he run out of petrol? He hasn't finished. I think he's ran out of fuel. Oh no. He was having such a good race. Morosky, Bevis, Cutler, Wan, Harnett. That rounds out our field. Tarab Bank. I don't know what happened to him, if he ran out of fuel or if it was if it was something else. But, yeah, brutal. Bracefield says that he is finished as well. Yep, done. So, yeah, not too sure what happened to him. Thanks for the comments as well. Fantastic to watch and hear the race. Awesome. But congratulations, Breno Ellis. That was a cracking drive from him. That was a championship caliber drive. Gets a little bit of a nudge there. From behind, from the TKR entry, Glory Baby and Ben Hederman rounded out our top 3. So congratulations to everyone. A fantastic race that we've had there, all 65 minutes of it. And that brings us to a close of round number 7 of this Oz Team Racing GT3 season number 1 for 2026. We are going to do it all again for the final time this season. Race number 8 will be in a couple of weeks at the Red Bull Wing. We'll be starting again at 7:30. So thank you everyone for commenting. Thank you everyone for do all that like and subscribe stuff as well. Post the highlights on early next week. But until then, have a great rest of your Friday evening. Have a fantastic weekend. And my name's Nick.